So now a record number of students will be taking up a place at university in September after getting their A-level results this week. And there's been a rise in the number of pupils taking exams in more traditional subjects like maths, science and English literature. But with tech bosses saying they're struggling to find staff, are teenagers learning the skills they need to succeed in a digital world? Well, this year saw nearly a third more students taking an A-level in computing, with more than 5,000 exam entries. And that's still a tiny number in comparison to the most popular subject, maths, which had more than 90,000 entries. 57,000 students took psychology and just under 45,000 sat exams in art and design. Just to remind you as well about our Twitter poll this morning, are students learning enough digital skills? You can tweet yes or no using the hashtag DigitalView, and we're going to round up those results at the end. And in the meantime, we're going to talk about it because I'm joined now by George Sanderson, who's an entrepreneur and founder of Unique Access, which helps to identify students who are at risk of dropping out of university. We're also joined by Gerard Grech, who's the Chief Executive of Tech City UK, which provides training and support to digital companies. And they're both in our central London studio. So good to hear from you both. George Sanderson, let me talk to you first of all, because you're a digital entrepreneur, aren't you? So tell us a little bit about what your business does.
Yeah, so I run Unique Access with my co-founder, Jamie, and we use analytics to spot students who might be at risk of dropping out of either university or college.
And why did you choose a digital business? What was it about it that attracted you to you as a career?
Yeah, so the main thing that attracted us to the digital business is just the platform that the UK has got for it at the minute. There's all different clusters growing around it, the growth's exponential, and there's just some really amazing people in the scene right now making great things happen.
Well, George Grech, clearly George has embraced the digital world, but how confident are you that other students who are leaving school now are adequately prepared for a future career either in a digital business or adequately digitally aware to succeed elsewhere as well?
There's been a huge cultural shift in the last few years, that's for sure. And when I talk to founders and CEOs, they're actually quite impressed by the number of people coming through from schools, but also from university. However, there's more to be done. I think that founders and CEOs that I talk to are saying that universities could do more to make sure that people leaving university are more job ready to tackle the latest jobs that founders and CEOs require. I think the introduction of the computing curriculum in schools will give a far stronger grounding in technology for school leavers. So that's a very big step forward. And we're one of very, very few countries in the world that has done this. And from my perspective, entrepreneurship and campus life are not mutually exclusive. Increasingly, we're seeing universities actually step up and do more to ensure that graduates are exposed to investors, corporates, people who want to start up their own business, which is why we've introduced the Digital Business Academy that helps people learn the latest skills in digital, but also connect them into the community, whether they want to start or grow or join a digital business.
Well, yes, and George, it is obviously vitally important if you want to go into a digital business, but digital skills are important in any business today, aren't they?
Yeah, exactly that. I mean, the DBA is a great platform to do it as well. It really gives you the skills that can complement whether you're doing a degree, whether you've just come out of college, or even if you've just finished school or are still in school. Them skills can be widely adapted to any industry, to any business. It's a booming market at the minute, and you can just fit in nicely anywhere.
And Gerard Grech, to go back to the point you made about computer studies, we have seen a big rise in this last lot of A-level results, haven't we? And people leaving school with an A-level qualification. I think there's been a 30% take-up in computer studies, which sounds great, but it's from a pretty low base, isn't it? How do you explain the increased interest now, and do you think it can sustain, given that it's come from a low base?
I think the future of any nation is its ability to embrace change. And clearly what we're seeing in the digital industry is that sort of speed of change increasing all the time. I think, to your question, that cultural shift has been quite significant in the last few years. And the amount of investment in London tech companies last year was double what it was the year before and 20 times what it was 5 years ago. So clearly investors are seeing a lot of talent coming through that are able to grow and expand digital businesses very quickly. I think, with the Digital Business Academy, we've seen 17,000 people enroll in just over 8 months. So clearly there's a demand, there's an appetite. And I think, it's about securing Britain's future in this world that is fast changing.
George, do you think the schools are doing enough?
To be honest, not at the minute, no, not at all. At the minute, I'm currently based at Mass Challenge, an incubator space based in London. And what I've learned from the past month and a half based there, also tailored with a few courses like Digital Business Academy, and a lot of advice I've got from mentors around the city, is a lot more than I've got from the actual educational system back in schools itself.
Gerard, one quick word about girls, because there are far fewer women who go on to study computer studies at university. I think it's got 8% of computing students were female. Why is that, and what can be done to address that?
So a number of things are being done to address that. With Digital Business Academy, 40% of the people that have enrolled are females, and that's still not quite 50-50. But I think you're seeing digital businesses introduce more women on boards, which I think is a great way of inspiring the next generation of women coming through. I think there are more and more mentorship programs that are making sure that women are being mentored in the right way. And also parents have to step up and make sure that their daughters are encouraged to look at digital business courses or digital technical courses. And there are numerous courses available, from Code Club to Decoded to Makers Academy. These are privately funded academies that are doing a lot for women in technology.
Okay, Gerard Grech and George Sanderson, good to talk to you both. Thanks very much indeed. You're watching Digital View on Sky News. Coming up next.